Well, you had San Jose to work with. You had the Acid Test and the Grateful Dead's 60th, and you brought in some iconic imagery from the past that you've obviously had a big part of. And so, how did it all come together for the poster?
Um, I've had this and this and this sitting around for a long time waiting for it to be used for something really cool. And then when I was looking through my files, I found this guy, and he seemed to fit in really perfect with this background. So it all fell together.
And the roses?
Well, that's the kind of. Well, I'll back up to when Kelly and I were in the library in San Francisco City Library. We're looking for a image to use as a poster for a band called Grateful Dead that really nobody heard of. They were just one of the bands playing at the Avalon Ballroom. And we got a job to do a poster for the Avalon Ballroom. And we were looking through the library and came across the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam in a book of poems. And came up with this one and said, wow, this has got Grateful Dead all over it. And it says Grateful Dead all over it. And so we used it for the poster, and then the roses became a symbol of the Grateful Dead. Hence the roses in this.
So when we chatted a while back, you followed up with a text that I thought you had said that the 60th anniversary of what happened on December 4th, 65 might have been your 60th anniversary as a designer. Do you recall?
Well, that's from 66, right?
65.
65. 65 is when I came to San Francisco. And I lived in Berkeley. And I didn't do much, and I was just having fun, basically, in Berkeley, and I lived in this windmill that's actually still there on Telegraph Avenue, a little tiny windmill. And I would paint airbrush T-shirts there, and while people walked by, and it was fun. Then I got drafted, and I had to go back to Michigan to face the draft board, which I did on a whole lot of acid, and they let me go. And I made a beeline back to San Francisco and arrived there for the San Francisco acid trips. We drove almost all the way without sleeping, and we got there, parked in front, and fell asleep.
When did you get connected to Grateful Dead?
Connected?
Well, on the poster design, how did you end up making that connection?
Well, Kelly was the art director for the Family Dog in Avalon Ballroom, and we were doing posters together, and we just got a job to do a Grateful Dead poster for. They're playing at the Avalon. Nobody really knew who they were, and we found this great design for them, and all of a sudden, they were off and running. Then they asked us to do their album cover.